and today we are going to do a shoulder and chest focused workout. So shoulders are one of my favorite muscle groups to train. We're going to start out with a cable upright row. So with the cable upright row, you want to make sure that we're driving those elbows high up, and we want to aim for reps between 12 to 15.
For the cable upright row, we start with the low attachment and the row attachment. We're going to use an overhand grip. We're going to get a good base. We'll bring the rope in close to the body. And then we're going to bend the elbows and contract the shoulders to raise the elbows up and bringing the elbows up towards your ears. You're keeping your core really tight so that you're nice and solid and your spine's protected. And as you're bending those elbows, you really are just contracting the shoulder muscles to raise your elbows, driving them up towards your ears. So we're not swinging, we're not bouncing. We really want to make sure the movement is slow and controlled both on the way up and on the way down. And the only place you really want to feel this exercise is on the entire shoulder. So the front, the middle, and the rear delt. You shouldn't feel it in your traps, you shouldn't feel it in your neck. It should just be a shoulder exercise.
From there, we move to a dumbbell lateral raise. In this particular version, we're going to be seated. When we are seated doing the lateral raise, it takes the body momentum out of the equation. So like when we're doing the lateral raise, it's easy to use some of our body momentum. It's much harder to do that when we're seated. So this really helps to isolate the middle part of the shoulder. With that particular exercise, again, that higher volume of 12 to 15 reps per set, and aiming between 3 to 5 sets.
This is a seated dumbbell lateral raise, so exercise for the middle part of the shoulders. We start with overhand grip, and you're contracting the shoulder to raise the weight. So we're not using the traps to raise the weight, we're using the shoulders. So you want to think about keeping a slight bend in the elbow. We don't want to lock the elbows. And you want to think also about pressing your hands out toward the side walls. If you're feeling it in the traps, you really want to keep your head like you're looking up, but that will help to activate the traps. So press the weight up and control it on the way down.
From there, we're going to move to a back of the shoulder exercise. And with this particular exercise, we are using the chest machine to do a reverse fly. So with the reverse pec deck, we're working back of the shoulder, so this tiny little rear delt muscle. And again, aiming between reps of 12 to 15. With the rear delt, it's not a big muscle, so we don't need super heavy weight. We just really need to make sure that we are really, really contracting and focusing that contraction on the rear delt and not using too much traps in this particular exercise. So high volume again, 12 to 15 reps, 3 to 5 sets.
This is a rear delt fly or reverse pec deck. So we set up by putting our hands so that our palms are facing towards the floor. And then we're bringing the arms around and towards the back so that our arms are directly in line with our shoulders. We want to have our hands up high so that we have the whole line of the arm in line with the shoulder. And then we're bringing the weight back by contracting the muscle on the back of the shoulder. So the only place you want to feel this exercise is on the back of the shoulder. You should not feel it in the triceps. You should not feel it in the traps. You should only feel it on the back side of the shoulder. And that small muscle, the rear delt, is the only one that's working.
And then our last exercise for today is chest. So we're going to be doing an incline chest press. We're using a machine in this particular version. Allows for a little bit heavier load, a little bit safer environment. If you have a partner, you could always do the bench. But for today, we are going to demonstrate using the incline machine. With this particular exercise, incline chest is going to work a little bit more of upper chest, but it is still working the entire pec. And you can work, chest is really broad as far as what you want your rep range to be. It can be anywhere between 8 to 15, 3 to 5 sets again. So it depends on what your goal is, depends on what your fitness level is, but really it just depends on what feels comfortable and best for your body.
For the incline chest press, we want to set up by making sure the shoulders are set back and down. This exercise is going to work the top of the chest and a little bit on the front of the shoulders. We want the elbows to come down a little bit and in towards the body. So think about having your arms in a arrow shape versus having them in a T shape. You want to press using the chest. So think about really pushing through the chest to power the weight up. And then as you lower, you're contracting the muscles also in between the shoulder blades a little bit. You're bringing those shoulder blades together in order to bring that weight down. And then as you press the weight back up, you're going to feel the shoulder blades again go flat against the bench. So you should only feel this in the front of the chest.
And that wraps it up for today. So chest, shoulders, I hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and drop me a comment. I always do reply to the comments. In fact, I love hearing from you all. If you didn't like it, go ahead and let me know as well. But have a beautiful rest of your day, and be sure to like and subscribe so that you can continue to get our weekly videos.